have is like so many questions.
Oh, hey, welcome to Pete's Corner. I'm Kara Chancellor.
And I'm Nate Bell. On this week's episode, we're going to be taking you through some of OSU's most classic traditions. We're here inside Old Central, which is the first permanent building built on campus. Opened in 1894, this building is almost as old as some of our traditions.
That's right, and first we'll be taking you to Oklahoma State's most infamous body of water, Theta Pond. It is once rumored to have its own alligator. For more on the story, we've got Nate Belt.
When it comes to Oklahoma State University, landmarks like Edmond Low Library and the Student Union are instantly recognizable. But just across Library Lawn is another landmark with just as much history.
There's decades of history behind Theta Pond, so let's dive in.
Theta Pond has actually been around longer than either the Library or the Union has. Originally a large reservoir created in 1895, the pond was remodeled in both 1928 and 1943 before being given the name it is known by today. The name actually comes from the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority, which is located nearby. When it was first constructed, the pond was used to provide water for the work animals at Oklahoma A&M, which OSU was then known by. Now, Theta Pond provides a nice, peaceful place to study and relax for students. OSU freshman Braxton Curlis often takes advantage of the pond's serene atmosphere.
I'd say 2 to 3 times a week after a more strenuous day, I'll come out here just to reflect on everything that happened throughout the day.
Curlis had his first memorable experience at the pond during his orientation. He and his newly found friends came out to the nearby benches and got to know each other better.
And we stayed out here till probably 3:30, 4 a.m. just talking. This is the place to come to get your mind right.
While the peaceful nature of the pond is attractive to some, others actually use Theta for sport. Sophomore Eric Hanna, a member of OSU's Bass Fishing Club, occasionally comes out to get some practice in.
We live right across the street, so every once in a while I'll come over here and just try a few lures out. I just actually walked up and one of my second cast, I hooked a fish over here.
According to Hanna, fish in the pond include a largemouth bass, perch, and catfish. Fishing isn't the only thing he uses the pond for, though.
Our freshmen on their birthdays, we actually throw them in Theta Pond.
So make sure you watch out, freshmen, or you could be next. For Pete's Corner, I'm Nate Belt.
Nate, you've done a lot of research on this subject, but while you tell them about that, I've got some stuff to do.
Okay, yeah, I actually did do a lot of research on Theta Pond, and one thing I found out is the pond has been used for some unconventional ways throughout the years, including the fact that students used to have tug-of-war matches over, with the losers getting pulled in, which sounds pretty gross to me. Well, you know, Kara, that actually leads us into our next segment from Egan Galvin, which is over the Cowboy
Marching Band!
Here at Oklahoma State University, or at any other college, are the well-known sports traditions that a majority celebrate. But one tradition that tends to be overlooked is, of course, the marching band. Here at Oklahoma State University, the band practices in the sun just like the football players do. They may not run around as much, but let's see you march on tempo, play at key, and be in the correct formation in front of thousands of people. Oklahoma State University was founded in 1890. The band was originally founded by a student named Harry Dunn and was directed by a Mr. Wood. The band at the time only contained around 20 members. One of the first traditions of the band was to use the OSU Spirit Drum. In the mid-1930s, it was purchased for the ROTC band and was believed to be the largest in the country at the time.
Some of these traditions still exist today, like the ROTC Spirit Drum. But what about the new traditions of the band?
Kayla took a break from all the marching, told me about some of the traditions she has experienced.
My favorite tradition in the band is Orange Fridays because, I don't know, most of the school doesn't really abide by it anymore, which is really sad, but the band is really serious.
Even with the new and old traditions continuing on, it must be quite the experience performing in the stadium. Augustina sat down and described her experience.
I love playing. There's never a time that I just hate being there where I'm tired. And I remember running on 4 hours of sleep, and I felt great, like I was alive that day.
To be honest, I would probably faint in front of a huge crowd like that. But if you're ever at the games, or even just wandering around campus, listen for the band. Their hard work and dedication to uphold traditions and to keep the spirits of the fans high should never go unnoticed. For Pete's Corner, I'm Egan Galvin.
We also want to point out that before every home football game on that Friday night, the marching band plays a pep rally outside of the library.
For new traditions here at Oklahoma State, we're checking in a group that's known for their sound.
You may not know their names, but you've definitely heard them slapping on the walls of Boone Pickens Stadium. It's OSU's very own Paddle People.
Traditions, traditions, traditions. Once that college acceptance letter hits your mailbox, it's time to learn everything about your new home. But everybody knows that the biggest fall tradition is not pumpkin spice lattes. It's football. The crowd, the mascot, the colors, and the noise. They're life-changing experiences. But here at Oklahoma State, there is a tradition that is the life and soul of Boone Pickens Stadium, and has even led the Big 12 to update its rules, the Paddle People. Before the fall of 2012, the Paddle People could hit the stadium walls at all times during the game. However, after the University of Texas complained to the Big 12 that the sound affected their ability to communicate on the field, the Paddle People were forced to stop paddling right before the snap of each opponent's offensive play. But what does it take to be a paddle person?
Then of course you got to bring a lot of energy on game days. Being out there paddling on that wall, it gets really, really tiring. And of course, like I said, the fan spirit, you got to be there to support the Cowboys through thick and thin. Don't call them the Cardiac Cowboys for nothing.
The Paddle People started in the 90s when some friends snuck some paddles to Louisville and started hitting the walls. Suddenly, a tradition had begun. As the Cowboys football program grew, so did the Paddle People, who now have more than 100 members every year. They make the paddles themselves the first week of school. It is a bonding experience. The same way camping out before every home game to get early entrance to the stadium is.
The Paddle People might be the best and loudest fans here at Boone Pickens Stadium, but their biggest fans play here at every home game.
That's been an attraction to me ever since I was a little kid and I was coming to games here when I was a big-time OSU fan. I love the Paddle People.
And since the Paddle People do most of the noise when the defense is playing, they're almost an addition to the team.
Oh man, they do a great job. They help us out a lot. Like Coach Gundy tell us before every game, on defense we got the crowd with us, so just go out there and make them happy. And the Paddle People, they just beating on the walls, be loud out there. So I think they're a huge part of what we do on defense.
Being part of the fun at Boone Pickens Stadium is now easier than ever. As long as you join the Paddle People group on Facebook, pay the dues on time, and bring your loudest and funniest self to every home game, you'll be ready to pound the walls of Boone Pickens Stadium with the best of them. For Pete's Corner, I'm Marcia Guevara.
Now for a tradition that involves more than just humans, we've got Pete's Pet Posse. This was started by first cowgirl Ann Hargis in the fall of 2013. And for more on the story, take it away, Luke Spencer.
School spirit comes in many forms at OSU, but for the past 2 years, one special program has been spreading spirit on campus with 4 legs, furry tails, and contagious smiles.
And the reason we do it is because of the students. We do it because we know these students haven't seen their dogs for 3-4 weeks and sometimes 3 or 4 months. So when they see a dog, they really connect with it, and it really is beneficial to the student. That's why I have her doing it. That's why I'm doing it, I guess.
Dogs like Disco and Roscoe are just a couple proud members of OSU's pet therapy program, Pete's Pet Posse. Every week, pet therapy teams like these visit different locations on campus to spread a little joy to students in need.
Yeah, I think it does liven people up. I think everyone loves to see furry animals, but it makes them more real. It makes people more approachable. You know, utilize your dog in any way you can to access relationships and find that in with people.
Not just any pup can get into the program, however, and I had the privilege to meet one in particular that was born to wear an orange vest.
Who's a good boy?
The 5th member of the Sharon family is no stranger to making other people feel good. Weighing in at over 100 pounds and as fluffy as can be, Liam the Bernese Mountain Dog is in training to take his services to the grounds of OSU.
And he just loves to be around people and to feel that need and to have a purpose. And I believe that purpose is bringing joy to
people.
Liam has provided comfort to the Sharons since the day they brought him home, and they're confident that his therapeutic talent could bring a little light to OSU students as well.
And I just know that he can provide whatever it is that student may need at that time, that therapy that student may need at that time, whether it's a hug or whatever it is. I know that Liam can provide that for that student.
So whether its members are experienced veterans or hopeful newcomers, Pete's Pet Posse is spreading school spirit one smile at a time. For Pete's Corner, I'm Luke Spencer.
All right, so now we're here with actually one of the stars of the last segment. This is Kristen Sharon. And Kristen, why don't you tell us about this big guy?
Well, this is Liam, and he is a Bernese Mountain Dog.
A Bernese Mountain Dog. So where are these from?
They are originally from Switzerland, and they are very big dogs and very loving. Very good with kids.
I can definitely tell that.
How old is Liam? Liam will be 6 in November, and we've had him since he was 9 weeks old.
Why did you guys decide to enroll him in the program?
He is very loving and loves to console, and we just wanted to be able to share that with the students on campus.
That's excellent. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're very welcome.
Bye,
Thank you.
Liam.
Yeah,
Thanks
see you,
for
Liam.
coming, buddy.
Thanks for coming.
Okay,
You're
let's go,
so cool.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, so our next tradition is actually about how a new tradition can start on campus.
That's right, Nate. These next group of people are dancing their way all the way to the top. Raven's got the story for you.
Gloria Penny is a junior at OSU who founded a dance team called the Pistol Pearls. The Pistol Pearls' dance style is called Majorette Hip Hop, and it's one of the dance styles that has yet to be seen on campus. This type of dance style is from the South, and it incorporates a mixture of hip hop, jazz, lyrical, and technique that gives it an urban feel.
What made me want to start a dance team here at OSU is that, for one, it's my passion. It's something that I've been wanting to do my entire life, and it was just an itch I just couldn't get rid of since I graduated high school. And starting something new here at PWI was a challenge that I was looking for.
The Pistol Pearls meet 5:45 Tuesdays and Thursdays here at the Colvin, Multi-Purpose Room 2, and anyone who's interested in participating can come on in. Campus Life on average receives about 20 to 30 requests for registration for new organizations a year. The Pistol Pearls completed their application in the summer of 2015, and the committee is set to review their application in the upcoming week.
The Committee on Student Organizations is a student, faculty, and staff committee. They look over all the paperwork, they read the constitutions, they decide if it looks like it's a sustainable organization.
And even though the Pistol Pearls completed their application, the process doesn't stop just there.
So they would have to have at least 4 officers, a full-time faculty or staff member to serve as their advisor, and then they also need to have at least 10 more students to start out as the charter members.
As their long process comes to an end, Gloria said she's not worried about failing because the drive and dedication of her and her team will be what it takes to succeed and become a recognized and well-respected dance team on campus. Make sure to be on the lookout for the Pistol Pearls and their first performances on campus at OSU's annual fashion show and the OSU Kansas State basketball game next semester. For Pete's Corner, I'm Raven Walker.
You know, Kara, after watching that segment, I think I kind of want to give that a try.
All right, DJ, hit it.
This hit that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them good girls, straight masterpieces. Silent, violent, living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent, gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty.
Nate, I think we're gonna need more time before we can get your dance moves down. We've covered Pete's Pets, we've covered Paddle People, we've covered Theta Pond, and we have covered new traditions.
And you know, actually right now we're going to take a look at one of the most unique traditions on campus, one where you have to make a decision from the very start. Which side are you on? Humans or zombies?
Like 2 days ago.
While most OSU traditions involve school spirit or sports, some have nothing to do with sports and are just plain fun. If fun is what you're looking for, meet Humans vs. Zombies.
This is a campus-wide game of tag, and the zombies are it.
The goal is to survive until the end as a human by completing missions. The zombies to kill all humans. That's how I learned the entire campus, because you went around, meet new people. You're like, hey, it's at this building. You're like, I've never been to this building. Oh, this is Murray? Oh, this is the English building. I never knew that.
While the game has been getting bigger and more organized, it may seem difficult to join, but it can be as quick as 5 minutes.
All you have to do, they'll have a booth set up like when you're walking and stuff. When you go up to the booth, you'll just be like, all right, I want to sign in, sign up, whatever. And just put your email in, you make a password. They give you a little human wristband, which is this game, it's smiley faces. And they write a code on the inside. And if a zombie tags you, and you get that bracelet, and they're a zombie.
While you may have noticed the green headbands or the Nerf guns, you might not know that Humans vs. Zombie has been shooting up in popularity.
We've got players from multiple different states, Kansas, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana now, different towns all over Oklahoma, of course, as well.
The community's really fun. There's a lot of nice people. Everyone's like really about it. Everyone gets really into it, and it's amazing.
As the game has gotten the attention of more and more people, it has been expanding on more ideas, but it would be impossible without the help from the community.
And we've got people coming from Texas, Ada, just coming up here just to help us out. I mean, the fact that we've attracted the attention of all these other schools just coming to help us out shows how big it's getting in the past few years.
The game, of course, as it expands, has just become so much wider of a community basis. And you've got so many variances of players here from all different types and styles that it's just so much fun to see the game.
For any more information, visit hvzsource.com. For Pete's Corner, I'm Grant Yoder.
All right, Kara, so what side would you choose?
Zombie for sure.
Well, you know, actually, since you've been messing around all day, I've actually got some props of my own, so let me just be right back.
Okay. So we've been hanging out at Old Central, looking at the history, the center of campus, and we've really been able to... Are you kidding me? Hey, I didn't say I was a zombie. Besides, zombies don't die, humans do.
You're right. I guess we'll just have to finish this battle later.
All right, Pete's Corner, I'm Kara Chancellor.
And I'm Nate Belt. Go Pokes, and have a great week.